Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Innkeeper and today we're going to be playing some Stonehearth. Welcome to Stronghold. Last episode we created this half-wall, mini-wall thing with the gatehouse connecting up to the, well, I guess it's the first layer of our castle right here. I have created, or at least spawned in, these two towers right here. I just realized I shouldn't have done that. Oh dear. Anyway, yes, I've constructed these two towers right here, as you can see, using the sort of normal tower design that we have. I didn't know how to really transition this tower into a wall that then also went up a little bit. So I thought the best idea was just have it connect up to another tower that was on the corner of the wall right here. And then we sort of do the same thing as we go along. I wanted to create these now because they usually take quite a while. And I want to get a decent amount done today. I want to make sure we do another wall design right here. I want to get the walls connected along here as well and get these spawned in. The reason I shouldn't have spawned these in right away, by the way, is that we still need to designate the wall and get a proper doorway set up so they can actually walk along the wall, or at least make it look like they can do so, which should be pretty fantastic. It means that we'll have to make a proper walkway as well, which, you know, we'll get there. We have to get the numbers done first. That is pretty fantastic. Also, something I've never noticed before is the game has a very slight background, like slight white noise in the background. Can anyone else hear that? That's not my microphone, okay? I thought it was at first when I was listening back in the recordings. It's not that. I can hear it now in my headset, like when I'm listening. It's really annoying. Now you can all hear it with me and suffer because of it. Anyway, fantastic. Now I'm not really too sure where to make the second gatehouse. It's probably going to look exactly like this because I think that would be a cool idea. But I'm thinking probably around here, since I like the idea of it not going all the way up. Sort of straight like this. I like it to be kind of random. Like, we'll put one right here. We'll have another gatehouse right here. And probably another one. Actually, we'll have sort of a big one going up to the main castle. So that should be fine. Like, just a long staircase that cuts between this bit. That should be pretty good. And maybe some walkways. There's a lot of things we can really do right here. Okay, one step at a time, I say. We need to get the walls done first. This is going to be a predominantly building episode. Or session. So, you know, we're not going to see too much, you know, Stonehearth being done right now. I mean, this is a building channel, after all. Well, sort of. So, should be. Anyway, the music's slightly louder as well. Hopefully it's not too loud. For me, it's very loud, but for some reason, Fraps is like, yeah, we're going to record it, but it's going to be quite quiet. But there you go. Let's make sure to do some stuff. People being requested to be named. Remember that there is a list. A very, very long list. So, yeah. You know, some people are like, next time, name me. Yeah, that'd be great. I can't, man. I can't. Like, loads of people that want to be named. Okay, they got there first. Okay, they got there first. Something smells like it's burning. Merv? No, Merv's fine. Okay. Anyway, I panicked there. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know. If we look at this tower right here, I'm not really too sure whether I should just go straight ahead or sort of going a diagonal direction right here. The problem with going diagonally is I won't necessarily be at the exact corner. But it would make the castle look a little bit more interesting, I feel. Because we'll sort of be going in a little bit here, and then we'll have it go in a straight line. Like, imagine this wall, the wall right here went straight into the building. Actually, that's a good point. When I say building, I mean rock surface, or the surface of the rock. Are we going to make another tower here? So I think that's a very important question. And if so, that's going to take a while. So we'll make sure we're just sort of that. We're waiting for them to pick everything up first before we sort of get started. I've actually missed this part right here. I'm going to remember the hotkeys for picking things up. It's usually quite helpful. Shift 1. I'll forget about that in a few minutes. There we are. Unless I, you know, get used to it. Shift 1. Doesn't actually work. Maybe it's this shift. Nope. Doesn't. Oh, maybe it's because, no. The game lied to me. Maybe it's numpad shift. No, if it was, that'd been funny. Is my num lock on? Nope. Okay. There you go. Doesn't actually do anything. Fantastic. We'll make sure we just sort of wait for them to pick everything up. The sound effects are lower as well. So you probably won't be able to hear too much of that. You know, we've got like a lot of stuff going on down here. Just sort of lots of rattling. They're picking things up. They're dropping them on the floor. It's actually extremely unhygienic. Not necessarily. I mean, hygiene's not really involved there. Okay, it's just untidy. We need to get some boxes sort of placed and just have them store whatever they want in them. Because at the moment, their AI is just like all over the place. In fact, you know what we really should do? We should just make another, like, storage point. Maybe outside. I think I like the idea of that. I need to get rid of these, in fact. Okay, so I don't mind the farm sort of being along here. And then just sort of, like, taking up this entire chunk. Sort of much closer to the farmhouse. But then again, this is meant to be the windmill, so we've got to have some farmland nearby. I said there was going to be a building episode. It's changed now. Now I'm sort of trying to micromanage. Well, not micromanage. I'm trying to city manage. Right here. Micro and city manage. There's completely two different things right there, but that's fine. There's no management involved in many city building games that require any micro. I mean, unless you're playing StarCraft, which isn't a city building game. I mean, there's some base building elements, but it's not a city building element. Unless you're playing, like, I don't know, Protoss, Forge, Fast Expand. Sure, then there you go. That's good. I'm pretty sure they wall off completely at that point, guard it with a zealot. I don't know. I don't watch as much competitive StarCraft as I used to. But either way, there is a little bit of base building management that is involved there, because you've got to make sure it's all blocked off. Otherwise, the Zerg's going to come in and be like, oh, there's a wall here. You know, like many times I've done as Terran in the past, where I just leave a little gap, because I'm a fucking idiot. That's fine. I still have some sort of anger towards myself over plays I've made long ago. This is really good. This is like League, or Dota, or HOTS. All those games still carry resentment. It's all good. I was actually going to make a storage point right here, but I completely forgot to do that. Let's see. If we just make like a very big one right here and just get rid of wood and food. There we are. And then pretty much just go and put everything over there, I like to think anyway. So let's go ahead and sort of get started with this. We need to make a very quick decision. I'm sort of thinking I need to get this moved before I can really do anything. And along here as well, just got to make sure this rubbish is out of the way. I don't really need to do any of that stuff. A caravan approaches. Hello, Castle Stronghold. I come bearing goods for trade. Would you like to give me 2 picket fence gates in exchange for 7 Jupiter logs? Nope, go away. Waste of money and a complete waste of time. Now, some people have sort of, I think someone a little while ago requested a new style for when the next season is created for Alpha 12. Someone said that I should go for a more sort of Asian style of play, like Japanese, Chinese, that kind of thing. I like the idea of that. I've not really dabbled in on that kind of architecture before when building ever at all. It's not something that's really interested in me. However, I do think they have a beautiful architectural design, which I think I need to dabble into. You know, I can't call myself a builder without dabbling in to that sort of architecture. So that's probably what we're going to be doing in next season. I'm just saying, you know, Alpha 12 came out quicker than I was expecting. Well, came out. It came out in its state. Pre-Alpha 12, yeah. Came out quicker than I was expecting. So, you know, I'm just saying, it can come out at any time now. The series could end. At this rate, it will, won't it? Come on. Right. It's mostly because I'm just sort of babbling on right now. I should really get some stuff done. Right. As for walls, let's make sure we get our numbers right here. So I think the walls are 4 across. That seems about right to me. Yep, the walls are 4 across. And then we have this little bit right here for the crenellation that goes up by 1 block. A little bit of dark. That's it. Dark sort of block underneath. I'm not sure why. Just to help differentiate the bit coming out, I suppose. Shadows tend to do that for you. What I need to do is keep doing sort of this nice brick design. I didn't get to upload the last episode before I started recording, so I don't know what people really think about this, but hopefully it's fine with them. They're going to have to, you know, hopefully see that in the next bit. I hope we can actually get all this bit done. I'm mostly sort of worried about the gatehouse. Tell you what, we're going to get that done. We can't, because there's shit in the way. I mean, there's stuff in the way. I do apologize. Swearing is something I need to stop doing a lot. There's nothing wrong with doing it a little bit. But I'm just saying, you know, people that watch have younglings around. I said that in a very weird way. I do apologize. They probably don't want to hear a British man correctly pronunciate swear words very clearly. I think I'm sure showboating a little bit there. I'm not too sure if there's any of those things actually taking place when I talk. For some reason, I tell you what, stop. Yeah, don't pick it up. Just destroy it. No, wait, that's the wrong thing. I think destroying it's much better. There we go. Yes, destroy them all. Gets the job done quicker. We don't need any of these resources anyway. It might just sort of end up destroying half the other stuff anyway. That's probably a good idea. Let's just destroy all of this. Beautiful. I'm not sure where this came from. I imagine we killed a goblin or alien for it, because the aliens are apparently attacking. I called them aliens last episode. It's a bit weird. Speaking of goblins, where have they been? I guess I was paused for the majority of the last episode, so that's probably what's happening right there. There are so many pelts. This is getting a little bit untidy now. Let's make another storage point and then just have sort of pelts go in there. There we are. That should make their life significantly easier. For some reason, the stockpile came back up right there. That was a little bit scary. Let's make sure we save in a minute. Can I just get this thing destroyed first so I can actually start doing stuff? Or all of this? Instead of like splitting up and be like, I'm going to take one piece from this pile, and then one piece from the next pile, and then I'm going to stand still for a few seconds, and then take another piece from the other pile. Why don't you just take all of one pile first? Like, look, what are you doing? Because you seem to be doing what I just started. Islay! Who'd have thought it'd be Islay? The one that knows what she's doing. This is fantastic. Okay, you have a fantastic head of hair as well. It actually looks exactly like her character from Timber and Stone. That's quite scary, now that I think about it. That's nice. I like that. Or at least her character when she's at a stonemason or an adventurer. I believe so. They're going to be changing a bunch of character models around anyway, adding some new ones. So it should be fine. Well, adding some new ones when 1.7 comes out. I feel like I never really finish a sentence. So I should really start doing that. It's probably a good idea. I want to get this gatehouse done first. Because I don't know. I think it's a very important part. We can probably get... What? Wait, what? Really? We lost on the value? I just clicked OK because I thought, yeah, we're good, right? Apparently not. We are now undervalued. That is very strange. We have quite a few people. And we have so many people that request to be named. But it's very sad to see that not everyone can actually be a part of the series. It's very, you know, annoying to see. There's only so far you can go with names, okay, until the game starts to sort of do this. So, I think they still have a data loss issue with having a large amount of Hearthlings. Like, even now, we're having a few problems. The game is starting to lag out. I want to make sure we get this castle done, though. I really do love this. It looks fantastic. I can't wait to actually see it on the sort of upper level. At that point, though, I'm not just sure if I maybe want to add a wall here. Well, not a wall, a floor. Just to make it look a little bit more castle-like. But I think we'll figure that out later on. I think it might look alright. It might be fine. Probably overdoing it a little bit at that point. Still waiting for them to destroy everything. I think they've done it now, actually. That's fantastic for us. And now we need to get some mining done. This is actually the annoying bit. So, do we want it here? I think I like the idea of it sort of being aligned with this. So we can actually have a road going towards it. So really what we should do is make sure our pathway is actually connected properly. Although, it looks like it's going to be slightly different in shape. Because it's going to be wider and then open up a little bit more. I don't really mind that too much. If it's slightly bigger, that's fine. So if we go to our build tool right here, and let's get this road sorted out. So if we go to our road, this one, use this darker brick. We'll make sure to use this darker sort of road color for the high levels of the castle. So it's 8 across. Let's see. So is that good enough for sort of 8 across? I think that's pretty nice. So we'll go along like this. There we are. That's quite nice. I like that. And then the sort of mine will have to be created at about this point. So if we just sort of rub this out a little bit at the back, just so we know what we're doing. There, that's fine. Now if we go to our mining tool. So let's see. Because it's 8, it means it's like, well, we get it done like this. Which is pretty nice. We need to go a bit further down, though. It's a bit awkward. It's a bit awkward to do sort of all of this stuff anyway, especially at the speed they go at. We'll make sure to do sort of other stuff in the background. Like, we've really got to get this stuff done, really. We can probably try and build over this right now, so I'm pretty much fine with doing that. Now, as for the corner right here, it looks like it goes across by 4 blocks, but that could be 5. So if we go to our build tool right here, let's make sure to save at the same time, just in case anything bad happens. Oh. Whew. What are you? Oh, that's fantastic. And I saved just as that happened. I'm worried now that anything we build's not really going to be spawning in. We'll see if that actually happens. It might be the case, and then we'll have to sort of go back and do some stuff. Kind of annoying, but oh well. The mining is actually taking place now, which is fantastic to see. Alright, so let's see. Let's go back to our building tool right here. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so it's always going to be 4 across, even from here. 1, 2, 3, and then the 4. Actually, that's just going to be 3, so yeah, because we've got the outside bit. So basically, make sure the furthest points are 4 across at the very least. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we're all good there. Make sure we're using the right color, which is this one. And we're going to start off by about here, because I think that's what we did last time. Fantastic. There we are. I'm going to make sure we go up to the same amount of levels as well. This is actually very laggy all of a sudden. Why is that really bad? Probably because the game's running in the background. Yep, that is true. Make sure to just have the game pause when we're doing stuff like this, because I think it makes it a little bit more stable at the same time. So how high up did we go here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't really count in my head. It's annoying. Well, I can, but not. I can't talk at the same time. So you're just gonna have silence. So I may as well not just have silence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Oh, I was one off. There we are. The horror. So like I said, we're going in a diagonal direction, just because I think it's a little bit more interesting than just sort of going straight ahead. There we are. Now, making a tower here, I think, is actually completely pointless. Because the way we made this before is not actually right. Actually, wait. Well, no, that's not particularly true. I'm starting to think if maybe we make the wall taller on the second layer. Just so that the wall actually connects up, like, perfectly with this bit. It might be an interesting design choice. Like, made the castle on the upper layer look a little bit more fortified. At the same time, though, these towers will look significantly smaller. I mean, we have to go pretty far up by the looks of things. If we were to... So 15, like I said, I wanted to represent the silence instead of me just counting instead. You can tell me what you prefer. Anyway, 15 right there. So we're 5 blocks off right here. Let's see what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, it's pretty high up. But I don't think it's that bad. And I like the idea of making it a little bit, making it look even just a little bit different on the higher levels. So I think we're going to stick with that. And like I said, it makes it look a little bit more fortified, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not just sure if... I mean, a higher wall would probably make it less structurally... Right, it would decrease its structural integrity, I imagine. So there we go. It's going to fall apart. It's not going to pass legislation. You do not collect 200 quid when passing go. Quid, man. Now, at the same time, because we're going for this design, I like the idea of doing the crenellations on either side. Or both sides. Once again, to go with the whole theme of having it look a little bit more fortified, a little bit stronger as well. Now, the doorway is going to have to be here. This is why I kept the building, just so that we can actually get some sort of doorway sorted out. Now, it needs to be about 5 blocks high. I think. No, 4 blocks high. I think we did it for the second layer right here. We'll be able to see what we've done. And if we don't like it, we can go back on it. So 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's actually 5 up there. So it looks like 5 up it is. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So that's nice and dandy. We'll make sure we're using the wood right here. And I do apologize for those that are looking for maybe a little bit more progress. I mean, don't have the time for an insane amount of progress like perhaps I used to way back when. But that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. We'll get it done very slowly. That's the thing, though. We'll get it done unless the game updates. And then it's like, sorry, buddy. I'll tell you what. This guy's actually deleting what we want him to. There we go. Fantastic. Get your lovely mohawk face out of here. Game is now incredibly laggy. We'll make sure to deal with that later on. So we're going to spawn this in pretty much now. Because the game's starting to get a little bit out of control. Which is usually the case with sort of when we have a lot of schematics in the game already. Now, previously I made this out of road, but I'm not going to bother doing that now. Because the gimmick's not really working anyway. I mean, it might work. But you can't really set them to do patrols, so it becomes sort of irrelevant. Now, let's make sure we do the walkway here. There we are. This is actually a much... excuse me. Much easier to do than it looks. Because we don't have to fill in the entire thing. We just need to go X amount of blocks in, which I think is 2, maybe 3 blocks. Yeah, it's 3 blocks. We can get all that done from this location right here. There we are, and then 4 blocks. We'll make sure to have 4 blocks so we can actually get a ladder. So that if we want to make it look cool, we can put people in different groups, then just have them sort of guard. And make them look like guards. Like I said, there's no patrol paths. I think, anyway. For some reason, I'm thinking there are actually patrol paths. But I might be getting that confused with timber and stone. But then again, I can't remember if that's even got patrol paths. It's too late now. And even if they had patrol paths, it would probably work on other surfaces other than road anyway. I was going to say roid right there. Which is also a fantastic name. Let's get the crenellations done at the same time. Don't want to miss anything out. Let's go for the darker block right here. This is the darker block that we used previously. And we're going to do both sides. Like I said before, it's going to make it look a lot nicer. Now, how high did the crenellations go last time? Because I think this is all right how it is now. But it could be wrong. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Actually, it should be 3 blocks high. Yeah, okay. The walls, I think... Well, the crenellations need to be lower down by 1 block. That's fine. Make them look quite interesting, in fact. Yeah, okay. So, it needs to be down here. Oh, that's not right. No, what? Sure. Okay, no. Okay, I thought the game was at its, like, bug point then. Very scary to see that happen. There we go. And then we just have the crenellations, and that's how it works. Fantastic. We're nearly there. Then we can spawn it in. Save us before we spawn it in, of course. Because you never know what could happen. Oh, no. I'm putting it in the exact same place that I got rid of it. That's fine. There we are. I think that's good. Beautiful. So that's sort of our little wall right there. I actually quite like it being that high up. It does make it look a lot nicer, especially because it's sort of got the crenellations on both sides, which is slightly irrelevant. But at the same time, it just looks a hell of a lot nicer. Now, did we do anything at the bottom right here? Doesn't look like it. In fact, the only block type that we used that was different was just the shading to sort of differentiate the crenellations a little bit more. Make them look a little bit more... I keep saying a little bit more. Just make them look more pronounced, which is... I feel like I always describe something as pronounced. It's getting a little bit out of control. Right, let's make sure we save right here. Just see what direction we're going in. And then we'll get this sort of entire bit hooked up. In fact, I don't mind recording for a bit longer today just to make sure that we get this entire bit done. Because I think it's very important. And, you know, you never know what's going to happen. We might not get there in time. We'll not get as much done with this castle as possible. Because making castles is very fun. You know, it's very easy for me to make castles. But it's also... It's just one of those architectural pieces. Well, it's one of those styles, themes, shall we say, that I just very much enjoy constructing. So we're just going to go all the way along like this. Probably the most fascinating thing to watch. But I have to imagine people watching right now, not actually watching, just listening. You know, occasionally glancing over when maybe something interesting happens. Going back if I maybe shout, start complaining. Which I don't mind, to be honest. It's quite nice. You know, I do myself listen to, to channels. Just to sort of have someone babbling on about random things. And even though most of my sort of quote-unquote random things are just sort of describing exactly what's going on, sometimes it does end up just sort of being a complete and utter tangent about nothing. You know, like Cameron and his enjoyment with a particular animal type. You know, it could be that, really. Or not. It could not be any shade. It's getting very warm in here, in fact. Let me just take my clothes off. Oh, and take my jumper off. There we are. This is good. Fantastic. Ah, beautiful. Oh, that feels good. That feels good, actually, taking that off. I feel like I'm in a whole new sort of world right now. How far away are we? We are pretty far away. In fact, I feel like I'll make a lot more progress if I just sort of change the way I'm constructing this a little bit. Oh, that's a good point. I'm going a bit too far now. I just realized I should have really spawned this in a minute ago. IB. So yeah, I would say that's alright looking. I always like it going diagonally. It just looks a lot nicer in my opinion. Like the flat surface is alright, but it's not very interesting. In fact, I should have put the darker blocks in. I completely forgot about that. I don't think I mind. Like every sort of like having a few sort of cleaner parts of the castles. Probably not a bad thing right there. I was going all over the place just then. I realized that. I do that quite a lot. It's like I try to start multiple sentences at once, and it just all falls apart in an instant. It's quite funny to see. Right, let's go back to our building tool right here. It looks weird right now because we're not finished, but we'll get there. And let's continue onwards. Let's just double check this is actually right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, that's all good. We'll go as far up as we need to. Oh, that's wrong. Make sure to get rubber. Is there a hotkey for the rubber? Doesn't look like it. Or eraser. Right there, rubber eraser. It's in your chaser. Sure. I wanted to rhyme something. You know, now I feel like I'm making some sort of freestyle rap. Right here, rubber in your eraser. It's the chaser. Papa Freedy come down to your house, sir, to arrest your sister. Yo, Diddy. Sure. Sure. Someone will drop the bass. I mean, there's no base dropping involved. Obviously, I'm just sort of rapping right there. And eventually, I'll drop the mic, and everyone around me will be like, oh, you know, that gif with a bunch of the kids. I keep mentioning that gif with a bunch of kids. I find it very humorous, okay? There's a bunch of people right there that are just like, you got wrecked, son. And I'm just sort of there like, yeah, he did. He got absolutely wrecked. Like, no doubt about it. Owned. Okay, mortified at that reckoning right there. That's good. For some reason, every time I say reckoning, I'm reminded of Kingdom of Amula. Is it Amula? Yeah, Reckoning. Anyway, the game made by that... Was it like a baseball player or something like that? Like, he put all his money into it and it just didn't go very well. That's a very sad story, in fact. 'Cause it was originally meant to be an MMO. And then it just sort of turned into a single-player game due to financial troubles. I believe so, anyway. And even though I think it was a pretty good game... I'm one block higher than I should be. That's why it wasn't working. Is that why it wasn't working? Not really. Am I alright with this? I think so. Not really. That's annoying. Can I work around this? I can. I can quite easily, in fact. No, I really can't. This is why we save, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back. And we are back. I just went ahead and finished off this wall and sort of all the other attachments right down here. Obviously, I went down by one extra layer because that was why we went out in the first. So I just got sick a little. That's fine. Anyway, we'll make sure we can get rid of that. Nice and easy. There we go. Oh, no. Come on, do that. Yeah, there we go. Well, I've got to do a floor. There we go. So, floor tile. No, it's fine. It's all good. Now, we need to get this hooked up to a proper tower, similar to this one right here. I already know the proportions of this, right? It's 24 up until we get to the point where it opens up as a normal tower. So, that is all fine. We'll make sure to get that sorted out right now. And also, the base layer is 6 across and 1 block in. So, we're pretty much all good. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I count sometimes. In my spare time, I like to count. It's really great. Helps me learn. And, yeah, gosh. Anyway, this is going to be uneven, actually. Is this going... It shouldn't be uneven. That's... Oh, no, it's 2 blocks in. I know how to count, guys. Anyway, it should be 2 blocks in. And then 6 down. I'm confused. Right, on in a minute. Let's make sure we get this done right. Right, so over here, let's see, if we go down like this, 6 by 10, 6 by 10, yeah, so it's 6, then 1 block in, then 6. Look, I'm just double checking right now, because I got that wrong twice. Or 3 times now, most probably. I think it's because I'm trying to align with this. Let's just get it done like this first, and then we'll see what's going on. So it's meant to do this, basically. And then 1 block in, 6, 1 block in, 6, 1 block in. So that's what it's meant to look like. See, that lines up. I'm not sure why I was having so much trouble before. Probably because it was already trying to connect to an area that's connected anyway. So that's probably what was happening right there. Now, excuse me. Now, I don't really mind having this bit sort of not be, like, just staying as brick. We're going to have a little bit of brick just to make it look like it's actually on a hill. So, or a mountain or whatever. So we're going to sort of leave it hanging out just a little bit. I think this might be fine, to be honest. Like, we can have it sort of going out. If we go to our wall, actually, we've already got flooring on, so this is fine for us right here, in fact. So if we go down like this, and then get our background blocks done first. So we'll go 6 right here. Now, for some reason, I'm not sure why this design choice is so specific to towers, but the corners are made out of a lighter block. I haven't really used this technique in any of my other structures, but for some reason I used it in my towers, and now I need to sort of keep the design. Otherwise, it looks weird. Because you look at one tower and it'd be like, why the hell is it lighter? That doesn't make any sense. Make sure to just go up like this. So this is fine. This is all good. It looks a bit off now, but don't worry. It's all good. Like if we take this, like get rid of this, make sure there's an actual doorway, then it's fine. So we go to doorway right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Being the taller bit. We'll get rid of that in a second. I've got to make sure to just sort of get rid of all the areas afterwards in like one big go. So that's fine. Now we go to our wall, sort of floor right here, and make sure we actually have it line up properly. So just like this. Yep, that's fine. And then we'll make sure the wall actually just sort of hooks up. Makes it look like proper crenellations, even though it's not necessarily required. Because it's not really on a wall anymore. I still think it's a good idea just for consistency's sake. So that's all good. I quite like that. We might want to do something with this bit later on, but like I said, I like the idea of sort of just keeping it as stone. So I'm fine with that. So this is 3 blocks high.